Hey everybody, this is Kevin. Wanted to talk about the block-in. So here's the picture of about 25 minutes of block-in. This is the paper I'm using. This is the Mi Tientes. This is felt gray, and I'm on the label side, which is most often the smooth side. This other side is waffly and very coarse, so I avoid that. I want to use the full piece of paper. There's my reference from our reference set in the PowerPoint slides. I just right click and select download photo. I put it on my iPad, and I'm going to use her head height from the chin to the top of her hair to create my measuring. And she's a little under 8 heads tall in that view. Her head is actually really small, but the hair puffs it up. So I'm starting about an inch from the top of the page to about an inch and a half, 2 inches from the bottom of the page to get a nice size figure. Even then, the head is tiny, right? So slowly blocking in. I got to remember that there's neck and there's upper chest plane, shoulders. She's tilting out to the right, and then she comes back to the left where her legs kind of fold back. I am staying with big shapes, no details at all. I'm thinking there's the pit of the neck lining up. How does that line up with her navel? How does her body curve back a little bit? And my first guess is all guesses, even though I have measuring, is, it's okay. She's probably a little tall. There is some slight distortion from my iPhone camera. So the legs are looking a little tall. They're probably a little tall, but a little too tall. So I'm kind of blocking in the abdominals, the transverse abdominals. There's my first draft of her hand and arm. It's a little bit too short still. That'll get worked on. And now I'm working on, okay, how tall is her chest plane? And I think it's too high. So I have to probably scoot up her trapezius and scoot down the terminators on the breast forms. There's that cast shadow underneath there. Working on both sides together. I try to work left to right, up and down, and keep an eye on everything. I'm moving the navel, belly button, over to the right to help that push of her body. Again, no detail on the head shape. I'm just putting in kind of like, I'm working on the shape, big shape, squinting at my drawing, and just trying to be very, very careful about how I'm approaching. By the way, this video is just under 9 minutes long, so it's not terribly long. I have compressed the video to 4 times normal speed. And even though I narrated while I did it, I thought I would just make it faster for you guys so it wasn't 30 minutes of watching the thing go on. I'm moving her weighted leg out because it overlaps that hand, or underlaps it quite a bit, out towards the pinky. And then I'm estimating that foot again, second try, and I'm using my medium vine charcoal stick, sharpened, so it's easy to erase. There's that back foot. It sort of underlaps, the front foot overlaps it. I feel like that calf is exaggerated, but I like the sweep of it for now, so I'm just saying, okay, that's not terrible. I'm lining up that ankle, the weighted ankle, the lateral malleolus with her neck to see if I've got good balance. Balance isn't bad. Just continuing to refine, moving the armpit down there is too high. And then adjusting that arm shape again from the really basic brachioradialis in hand to a more refined one. That's a better shape of that hand. The other hand is just a tiny bit higher up, just a tiny bit. So I'm measuring and comparing. You can see I'm refining the navel because I pulled down the chest plane. The navel went down a tiny bit. I'm looking at that knee now. There's that basic shape. Her left knee, which is on her right, tucks in quite a bit further. I'm making that lower leg fuller, and I'm sorry, I knocked my paper out. Scooting up that foot because it's too huge and too far. Now I'm suggesting something we should have done in the beginning, which is to create a 5-value scale. So you can think about, hey, I have toned paper, but how do I manage my values? This is the hard thing to kind of get used to with toned paper. It is actually really fast because you have a middle tone already. So I'm marking in my black first with my soft charcoal, and then my second. I'm using the middle tone to be my paper. There's my paintbrush. And now I'm going over with my Carbothello, which is basically a compressed charcoal, making it darker. It could get it way, way black. And now I'm grabbing one of my used older white charcoal pencils, which is just chalk, and I'm going vertically, horizontally, even diagonally over top to make it look like really bright, pure white paint. That second, but will have kind of a breath of, not as nearly as bright. So I want to create basically 5 equal steps to have my value range, which I can then apply to my master copy drawing. This master copy reference I don't think was on tone paper, but that's okay. We're going to put ours on tone paper. Several of the Prud'homme drawings that we had in the selection group are on tone paper, and there's less kind of translation. You just really have to copy the tones, and I think you're in better shape. I just like this one to try, and I thought it'd be useful to see. Let's see. I think I have. Hold on. Let me pause here. Hey, sorry, I made a small video editing error. I overlapped the same. Anyway, that is where things finish up right back about 30-40 seconds ago, and I'll re-edit this and you'll have the final drawing. I'll either be working on this live with you guys in class or work on another, but if you have questions, let me know. Thank you.